We were so excited when Season 7 of Fortnite came along, but we got so much more than we bargained for with the new season. Our favorite feature is Creative Mode, which gave us the ability to create our own Fortnite maps. It's been just over a week since the beginning of Season 7, and we've already seen so many incredible creations that we just need to share them with you. Nuketown. One of the most famous Call of Duty maps of all time has to be Nuketown. Since it was introduced in the first Black Ops, it's been a mainstay in the Treyarch games. It's one of the smallest and most hectic maps in the franchise not called Shipment, which is just one of the reasons why we love it so much. We also love the explosion that happens at the end of every round. After all, there's beauty in destruction. While John Boy couldn't create this iconic explosion in Fortnite, he was able to make his own version of the map on Creative Mode, and it was an absolute masterpiece. Every little detail of the map is spot on. He set up the two 18-wheelers in the middle with the iconic pickup truck camping spot players just love. The houses are also well done and are great to use as sniping spots to take out opponents or camp. Okay, maybe we're the only ones who camp in these spots, but we seriously doubt it. He even set up the spawns at the far areas of the map, so you hopefully won't get spawn killed, because there's a bit of an issue in Call of Duty that we wouldn't want to see in Fortnite as well. A game of team deathmatch in Nuketown on Fortnite sounds dreamy. Inception. If you ever saw the 2010 science fiction action film Inception, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and directed by Christopher Nolan, then you were taken on one heck of a trip. Just one look at the poster and you'll know everything you need to know. You are taken through a world where everything isn't what it seems. Walls are floors. Floors are walls, and there are dreams inside of dreams inside of dreams. If that leaves you scratching your head, it's because the movie was just as confusing. Don't get us wrong, it was a great movie, it just didn't have the easiest plot to follow. Anyway, before you guys start questioning our intellect, let's get into it. Vikkstar123 played on a custom Inception style map, and it was exactly what you'd expect. The whole map was flipped to one side, and if you don't have a grappler, you won't be able to get around it. It's just so trippy to see everything shifted to one side, and players were really struggling to get their bearings on the map. We can't blame them either, because we just die from fall damage ourselves every time. That being said, we recommend trying the map out. You'll have a lot of fun and become a grappler master in no time. Most of the fun is getting around the place anyway. The Hunger Games. When it comes to dystopian fictional movies, The Hunger Games are often the first one that comes to mind. It's set in Panem, a country consisting of the wealthy capital and 12 districts at different levels of poverty. Every year, children from each district are picked to compete in a compulsory televised battle royale deathmatch known as the Hunger Games. We're very happy this is just a novel, because that doesn't sound fun for anybody. Little Lizard decided to come up with his own Hunger Games arena in Fortnite Creative Mode. While it's not nearly as big as the actual Hunger Games arena, which is pretty much the size of a small country, it's still really impressive. The map has the starting platforms and a bunch of chests in the middle to gather equipment, but there are also chests scattered throughout the map, so you don't need to rush it. It's not a recommended strategy to grab those chests in the middle, because you could get killed immediately, and that's exactly the opposite of what you need to do to win the Hunger Games. There are launch pads all around the map, making it super easy to get from one side to the other, meaning nowhere is safe. If it's anything like Minecraft Hunger Games, it's going to be so much fun. High Rise. Another popular Call of Duty map is High Rise from Modern Warfare 2. This is a great medium-sized map located near the top of a high-rise building. There are offices on either side of the map, and the middle is wide open with a huge helipad in the center. It's one of our favorite COD maps of all time, and we can't believe that Ashdub put all this effort into creating the map in Fortnite Creative Mode. The 3-lane map looks just as good in Fortnite as it did in Call of Duty. We seriously can't tell if he's playing Fortnite or COD. Okay, of course we can tell the difference, but we're just shocked at how incredible this rendition of the map is. The only real difference is that you can find random chests in the Fortnite version of High Rise that'll give you better loot. In COD, you can pick up weapons too, but only from the players who have been killed on the battlefield. Seeing as there's no classes in Fortnite, it makes a lot of sense for there to be chests around the map. If only Ashdub found a way to get to the roof of one of the high-rise buildings, it would have been perfect. Classic sweaty COD strats aside, we really love this custom map. Metropolis. While everyone was creating maps based off of video game maps, movies, and books, the Dragod decided to create something completely original: a sprawling metropolis. He created a gigantic city using all the memory Fortnite Creative Mode allocated to him, and it turned out beautifully. It looks very modern, and there's so much to do in the city. There's a plaza in the center of it, along with some residential housing, and our favorite part, plenty of obstacle courses. The Dragod shows us some of the obstacle courses he's designed, and they're super creative. Some of them are easier than others, but the one full of damage traps seems impossible to get through. There's even a parking lot, or a car park as he put it, being British and all. He also made a mountain course. And our second favorite part, the indoor racetrack. That would be a crazy Grand Prix with 4 players. What city truly is a city without a nightclub? The Dragod's Metropolis has an outdoor dance floor, so you can catch disco fever on any day that isn't rainy. The city isn't just a concrete jungle though, it's full of greenery, including a greenhouse and a park that reminds us of Central Park in New York City. It's obviously not as big, but just as beautiful. Hide and Seek Mansion. One of the most popular games players like to play in Playground Mode was Hide and Seek. It's the classic game that everyone played when they were a kid, and even grown adults are now doing it in video games. We guess some things do manage to come full circle after all. Well, in creative mode, this idea of Hide and Seek can be taken up a notch with custom maps. So what did TBNR Frags decide to do? Use half of the memory allocated to him in Fortnite Creative Mode to design a giant mansion for a game of Hide and Seek to take place. The results were just as awesome as you'd expect. He made a 7-story, 11-bathroom, 12-bedroom, and 55-room gigantic mansion. It also has plenty of balconies for some epic views, and a nice double-car garage for your quad crasher and ATK. It's just missing a hangar for the Stormwing plane, but you can't have everything. Well, he only used half of the memory, so he actually could expand the mansion a little bit. With a house this big, there's not going to be any shortage of hiding spots, with our favorite being the greenhouse, full of exotic plants, or hanging out near the neon sign at the front of the house. It's very hard to notice anyone in these spots, that's for sure. Obstacle course. While the Dragod did include some pretty awesome obstacle courses in his Metropolis, Scissors decided to create the obstacle course to end all obstacle courses. Saying this obstacle course is difficult is a bit of an understatement. It's nearly impossible to run through, and he only used half of the memory allocated to him on creative mode, so just imagine how much crazier it could have been. The second he spawns into the world, you could hear hundreds of traps all activate right away, which is super intimidating, and would make us, nope, right out of there. What really gets us are the Chiller Trap speed runs. They're absolutely insane to watch. Scissors is sliding through damage traps and nailing every jump perfectly, but he didn't just go back to where he failed if he messed up. Oh no. If Scissors messed up, he forced himself to start all the way at the beginning and was determined to complete the obstacle course of Doom in one flawless run. That's the type of determination we want to see in our Fortnite community. Dust. If you've ever played Counter-Strike Global Offensive, commonly known as CSGO, then you know what the most popular map in our favorite map was. That's right, we're talking about Dust 2. Whether you're a casual or competitive CSGO player, you've played on Dust 2 probably 10 billion times by now, so you know everything there is to know about the map. It's a slightly T-sided map by 0.5%, but that still makes it one of the most balanced maps in the game, which is why it's so popular. Nightmare VC decided to replicate the map in Fortnite Creative Mode, and the results are incredible. It's literally a spitting image of Dust 2 from CSGO, but with a Fortnite spin on it. All the areas like Suicide and Mid look so good in the custom map, but our favorite has to be Long Doors. They look perfect. He even added a nice touch with the recycling bins and trash in the area, making it stand out among the rest. That was just one side of the map too. The CT side is just as gorgeous. As you can see, we're obsessed with this custom map. We would love nothing more than to play Team Deathmatch or capture the flag on the Fortnite version of Dust 2. It might even be more balanced in Fortnite. Who knows? Rust. We already took a look at 2 replicas of COD maps in Fortnite, but we're not done yet. We left another one of the most iconic maps for last. Back in Modern Warfare 2, it was all the rage to challenge people who are better than you to 1v1s, where you'll embarrass yourself even more than you already have. What was the map of choice for these one-on-one gunfights? Well, it had to be Rust. Rust is one of the smallest maps, set in the middle of a desert. Visibility wasn't great, but the map was designed to be crazy hectic, especially in a 6 vs 6 or 8 vs 8 mode. Clearly, the map also resonated with Mr. J Gaming, as he made his own rendition of it in Fortnite Creative Mode. Now, he couldn't add a sandstorm weather effect into his creation, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's an absolute masterpiece. The secret tunnel in the middle, as well as all of the pipes that run around the map, are included, and Mr. J Gaming got creative with the materials to make sure everything looks spot on. The structure in the middle is our favorite part, and it looks great with the scoreboard. We'd 1v1 Mr. J Gaming on Rust anytime. The old map. While Fortnite has only been around for a year and change, doesn't it feel like it's been around forever? We think we feel like this because there have been so many changes in the past few seasons that we can't even recognize the map. That's not a bad thing per se, but it does make us look back at early seasons with a nostalgic feeling. The feeling must have also been inside Alex Ace, because he decided to remake all of the locations and creations that used to be in Fortnite in his brand new custom map. While it's technically brand new, but features things from the old map, so it's sort of a nostalgic new, like going back to play something you haven't played in forever. Anyway, of course, the piece de resistance is Dusty Depot. Alex Ace recreated all 3 of the warehouses, and it brings a tear to our eye knowing that our 3 amigos got obliterated by a meteor, never to be seen again until now. He also recreated the factories that used to be a great landing spot, and the famous wooden crab structure that we honestly didn't even know left the game. Last but not least, the prison. Alex Ace didn't leave out our favorite landing spot of seasons 1 and 2, and we really thank him for it. Never change, Alex Ace. Never change. Those were some of the most amazing Fortnite Creative Mode maps we've ever seen. What are your favorite Fortnite Creative Mode maps? Are there any good ones that we may have missed? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more Fortnite videos like this one. Thanks for watching.